Good morning. Welcome to the Windsor Star News Cafe. I'm Don MacArthur here with Dylan Christie and our special guest, Jessica Sartori.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She's running for Public School Board Trustee in Wards 1, 2, and 9, and she's our first and likely to be only trustee to appear on Trail Talk. She was tenacious. She kept emailing, and boom, here it is. So what are you hearing out there?
Oh wow! One of my the favorite parts of my campaign actually has been going door to door, and it's something I've never done before, so I didn't really know what to expect. I was a little bit nervous, and the response has been fantastic. I've had a couple of interesting events happen. I've been invited in for cake at a birthday party.
Nice.
I was out there canvassing last night in my winter coat and winter hat and gloves, and I was invited in for tea at a couple of places. And people are very interested in the trustee race, and I think that's something that's coming out in this election more than ever before.
That's excellent because a lot of people, they may not admit it, but kind of going door to door, putting in those hours, that's their least favorite. But you're saying you actually really enjoying that aspect of it.
I do, yeah. I really like talking to people, and I've kind of been doing my own little study, really listening to similarities and differences, and talking to residents in the three wards that I'm running in. So, and there are some similarities and there are some differences. Yeah, it's been very interesting.
Okay. Now you have a PhD, right,
Yes,
from
I
the
do.
University of Windsor in Applied
Yes.
Social Psychology.
That's correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
So thanks for dumbing it down for us, doing this on Trail Talk. Why do you, you have a full-time job, you have this PhD. Why do you want to be a school board trustee? It seems like a thankless job with not a lot of money.
Well, my passion is education, and I've been involved in the community in various volunteer and board roles for several years, and I wanted to step it up. I've been on the board of Women's Enterprise Skills Training, the Distress Center. I'm currently on the Quality of Care Committee at Windsor Regional Hospital. But I think it's a different thing for you to put your name on a ballot and really earn the trust of the community, listening to what residents have to tell you their concerns are, and doing your best to to bring those concerns forward. I love this community, and I love education.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We have a lot of ideas on your website. You have a really detailed platform. You say that the school should be responsible for the whole child, that there's
Yes.
the education component, but as well as, I guess, health and well-being and the opportunity to succeed. Can you just kind of
That's right.
explain that?
Sure. I was when I was at work right before I had decided to run. A thought kind of popped into my head that not every child has a family doctor, but every child goes to school, and so we depend on the school system to be able to help us identify other needs and challenges in our children, other than relating to educational goals. But that when those challenges are met and are addressed, then they do better in school, and we have better educational outcomes for children. Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
Okay, Ann Jarvis wrote a column saying, listen, folks, the trustee races, they really matter, especially with the public school board, because our test scores in some of the core subjects in grades 3 and 6, they're below the provincial average.
Yes.
You took pen to paper and actually responded to that column.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the whole test score issue and Ann
Mhm.
Jarvis's contention that, boy, we need to fix things up?
Well, the whole test score issue is a very interesting issue. It's definitely been a polarizing issue in this election. And I think a lot of the trustees have wanted to stay away from that issue. So I do believe in measurement. That is my background. I do believe in data driven decision making, and so I do think the EQAO scores are important. I think that there are other considerations as well. I don't think that we should sit behind a computer shouting out statistics and saying, "Hey, we need to make changes," right? But I think in terms of where the scores are with the EQAO, we've been showing an increase improvements in literacy for about 10 years. But the grade 6 math score in particular has been declining for 10 years. So that's not just a blip. That's a decline over the last 10 years, and that's a real trend that we need to take a look at. Yeah.
Okay. Alan Halberstadt was on here, Maverick City Councilor. He's running for school board trustee, and right away he started making waves and saying the public school board, you have way too many in-camera meetings. You vote by phone. I'm going to put an end to that. Where do you come down on that in terms of the importance of transparency?
Oh, I believe in transparency, absolutely, and accountability and community engagement. It's actually my the third part of my platform. In terms of the number of in-camera meetings that are being held, I don't know what that statistic is. Offhand, that's something that I would certainly look into. I do believe that if you're going to put your name on a ballot, and if you're going to be elected, then you need to be where you say that you're going to be, and and be as transparent as possible.
Excellent. Then you do say that schools should act as community centers as well, right? So just reaching out to the community as well.
That's right.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, I think that's very important, and that's kind of a two-part piece. So that's the second part of my platform.
Oh, perfect.
So I think that each school in itself is a community center, and I think that we need to make sure that there are positive environments that are conducive to learning in each school. But I do think that schools are community centers, and so I live in Ward 1, and we're very lucky in Ward 1. I live in South Windsor. We're very lucky to be surrounded by so many schools, and I think that our community is enriched by the schools that we have in our community. One of the other wards that I'm running in, unfortunately, Ward 2, they've lost a few schools, and so I do believe that schools in your community bring enrichment to the community, and I also think that there need to be good relationships between the school and the broader community, all residents. Regardless of whether they have kids in school. I think the more people that are involved in education, the better. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Well, I guess we've hit on most of your platform. Is there anything else you sort of want to say to the voters out there? Voting day is Monday, October 27th.
Oh, I just want to say, please vote for a trustee. One of my goals when I first started running was to try to bring more attention to the trustee race. I think education is a community issue. I think that people that I've been talking to at the doors, they are very interested. Please do your research all of our platforms, and get out there and vote for a trustee. Let's raise the voter turnout on the trustee race. Thank you.
Okay, Jessica Sartori, thanks for joining us. She's running for trustee in wards 1, 2, and 9. We're in the Windsor Star News Cafe.
Thank you.